Hello. Hello. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you all started the topics which I given to you to study yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you gone through the questions as well?
No,
Moin?
sir.
Okay. Which topics we
No,
have
sir.
covered?
Up to Mauryan period.
Up to Mauryan. Okay. Sources?
Sir, Jagran Josh website.
Jagran Josh. Okay. Chalo. Okay. What about you, Zainab?
Sir,
Yes, sir. I've
You have,
I've revised up till modern.
okay. Okay. And till modern? Modern period.
Modern period.
Till
Yes, sir.
modern. Okay. Okay. Have you gone through the questions? How the questions are asked on this particular period? You haven't gone through. Sonali?
So yesterday too I didn't.
Okay. Sonali?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have started reading?
Yes, sir. Start.
Okay. So it's possible to finish the history topics
Yes, sir.
in given time period? Okay.
Yes, sir. It's possible.
Okay. चलिए. What about you, Akshay?
Yes, sir.
तू करणार आहे का यूपीएससी रिव्हिजन करणार आहे का?
हो सर.
ओके ठीक आहे चल मग हिस्ट्रीचं रिव्हिजन स्टार्ट केलं होतं का काल जे टॉपिक दिले होते ते?
झालंय माझं हिस्ट्रीचं रिव्हिजन झालं.
ठीक चलो नो प्रॉब्लम. चलिए
म्हणजे
सो
अगोदर
लेट्स हाँ ओके नो प्रॉब्लम.
तो follow कर.
Okay, let's start for the today's what you can say. Let's start for the previous year question paper discussion. So we will see that in history there are 3 points, that is ancient, medieval, and modern. And as I told you that in last 2-3 years, the more weightage is given for ancient and medieval India. Earlier there used to be more questions from the modern India, but now in last 2-3 years the more questions are coming from the ancient and medieval India. And again there is a certain trend in the type of questions which are being asked from the medieval and modern India. Sorry, ancient and modern India. We can say that maximum questions are related to art, architecture, literature, and it is related to what you can say the religion, changes in the society, changes in what you can say the political system and administration. So no political questions are being asked by the UPSC in prelims exam. So when you are preparing for, like when you're revising for the prelims exam, what you need to remember is that you have to revise only those aspects of the history which you, or you can say on which the questions are being asked by the UPSC in the last 6 years, right? So the topics which I have given to you for revising, so those are the topics which you need to revise only. So we will discuss one by one how the question is being framed on those particular topics. So here we can see from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the number of the questions from what you can say modern Indian histories are what you can say they are very high. So okay, these are modern Indian history. We will go for okay, this is about the 2015 question paper. Can you all see the question paper? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Check it. So the first question was with reference to Indian history, which of the following is or are the essential elements of feudal system? So now you have studied Mauryan period, right? You have not studied the Gupta period. Actually, feudal system or feudalism is a characteristics of the Gupta period. So we'll solve this question tomorrow once you're done with the Gupta period, because today you are supposed to read Gupta period. So tomorrow we'll try to find out the answer of this question. What is the, what you can say, the essential element of the feudal system, that we will do it tomorrow. Okay. Now going to the next. This is modern Indian history question. We'll go for the ancient India. I guess these all are modern Indian question.
modern history. Sir.
Okay, here there are some questions which we'll see. Okay, so the first question that with reference to the art and archaeological history of India, which one among the following was made earliest? So the question here you can see, the question is related to art and archaeology. Archaeological history means what? Archaeological study as well as the art and architecture. So which of the following are made earliest? Which of the following building has been built earlier? That is what is the question here. So Lingaraja temple at Bhubaneswar, rock cut elephant at Dhauli, then rock cut monuments at Mahabalipuram, and Varaha image at Udaygiri. So that is what is mentioned here. So which one is made earliest? Now here you can see such type of questions which are asked in the ancient India, they are very difficult questions. So you may not be like you will be able to solve such type of questions only when you have what you can say the factual information about it. But anyways, here two things are there conceptually. One thing is that temples in India have been built in the recent times. So can anybody tell me when the temples were being started building in India? In which period the temples were being started building? Chandrasekhar?
Sir, in the era of mm, something.
Now one thing, now can you tell me whether in India
Chalukyas.
the rock cut caves or rock cut buildings were earlier or the freestanding temples were earlier?
Sir?
In Indian history, or you can say in
Yes.
Indian history of the art and architecture,
Yes, sir.
so first the rock cut buildings were built or the temples were built?
No, sir. Rock cut buildings are built, sir.
Yeah. So can anybody tell me when, in which period the buildings have been started building? In which period? Yes, Rupali.
In Harappan culture only.
In Harappan culture, were there any
Harappan
buildings? Were there any buildings in the
Gupta
Harappan?
period.
Yes, Bhagisha. You are there.
Gupta period, sir.
So you can eliminate A. Why you can eliminate A? Because temples, Lingaraj temple at Bhubaneswar, these have been built later. They have not been built earlier. So you can also eliminate C because rock cut monuments at Mahabalipuram. Can anybody tell me at Mahabalipuram there is a building of temples or there are buildings of what you can say the stupas, chaityas and viharas?
Stupas.
No, at Mahabalipuram.
सर ये तो टेम्पल्स है सर.
Temples हैं तो ये भी क्या हो जाएंगे eliminate हो जाएंगे. If you know that at Mahabalipuram there are temples, so you can eliminate A and C. Now here you can see rock cut elephant at Dhauli and Varaha image at Udaygiri. Now image means what? Image means painted,
Yes, sir.
right? So again rock cut elephant at Dhauli. So answer should be logically either it should be B or it should be D. But here the answer is rock cut elephant because rock cut buildings have been built during the post-Mauryan period in India. Like we have studied only till Mauryan period, right? So in post-Mauryan period, we can see that that was the beginning of the rock cut caves and rock cut buildings in India, especially stupas, chaityas and viharas have been built during the post-Mauryan period. So that is why your answer should be B.
So what is meant by archaeology, sir?
Archaeology means the study of the ancient, what you can say, the remainings. That is what is called as archaeology, like temples or what you can say in Indus Valley civilization, whichever like buildings or whatever the remainings of the they have been found. They are called as archaeological evidences. Archaeology means the study of the old, what you can say, the old monuments or old potteries or old weapons or old statues, whatever is found during the excavation, those are called as archaeological study. Got it,
And
Chandrasekhar?
monuments, sir. Yes, sir. And monuments, sir.
Monument means
monuments.
building.
What?
Building means monument. And archaeology means study of monument is archaeology.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, actually, if you want to know the actual meaning of archives, actually archives means what? Those who have been protected. That is actually meaning
Okay.
of, so those historical evidences which have been protected and they are kept for study. These are, and on that basis of those, what you can say, the archives, the historians tries to interpret the history and that is why it is called as archaeological history of India. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Chandrasekhar, please mute yourself. Yes. Hello. If someone is not muted yourself, Akshay.
सर म्यूटच आहे.
नाही नाही आता म्यूट झाले. म्यूट करा आता लवकर. Fine. Chali, going to the next question. That with reference to the Indian history, which of the following is or are the essential elements of the feudal system? Now here you can understand that how the questions are being asking. So they are asking about the social system, they are asking about the political system, and they are also asking questions about the revenue system. So which of the following, with reference to Indian history, which of the following is or are essential elements of feudal system, that is Samantavad. So option is very strong centralized political authority and a very weak provincial or local political authority. So is it a correct answer? Anyone knows what is the meaning of feudalism? Samantavad pata hai sabko? Yes, Zainab, do you know what is feudalism? Okay, when you will be studying the Gupta period, you have to study what is feudalism, because feudalism has been started in India during the Gupta period, where the central kings became weaker and the subordinate kings become stronger. Samantavad usko kaha jata hai ki in such a system where you can say that the main king become weaker and the central subordinate kings, or subordinate, what you can say, the political subordinates, they become the stronger, and such type of system is called as feudal system. So second is the emergence of administrative structure based on control and possession of the land. And third option is that the creation of lord-vassal relationship between the feudal lord and his overlord. So here you can say that first statement is wrong. So if the first statement is wrong, answer should be either 2 and 3 only or 3 only. So here the answer 1 and 2, that is the very strong centralized political authority and a very big provincial authority, this is actually wrong. So this answer should be here in this question should be 2 and 3 only. So their answer is wrong here. The answer which is given by the Jagrun Jyoti, this is wrong. The correct answer is that in feudalism, actually there is a weak central authority and strong subordinate, what you can say, the provincial authority. That should be that is the characteristics of the feudal system. Okay, now going to the next question. Yes. Which of the following kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? This question has been repeated twice in UPSC exam. I guess this is the only question which could have been repeated in the UPSC in last 10 years. Normally, questions are not repeated in UPSC, but these questions have been repeated as it is. So can anybody tell me which of the following kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? So do you know where all these, what you can say, the Mahajanpadas were located? Avanti, Gandhara, Koshala and Magadha. So anyone knows where the Gandhara is located? See, in exam, it's not necessary that you should know each and everything. But if you know something about this particular thing, then you can able to find out the answer. Like Rahat, can you please mute yourself? Okay. Yes, Bagisha, do you know where the Gandhara is located? Means it was located actually. Hello? Yes, Piyush?
Sir, present day Pakistan.
No, it is in present day Afghanistan.
Afghanistan northeast.
Right? So Kandahar, the city of Kandahar in Afghanistan, now that was called as Gandhara, and we know that in the history of India, in Mahabharata, there was one character called Gandhari. So Gandhari belonged to this Gandhara. So do you think Buddha could have visited Gandhara in his lifetime? Like although Buddhism spread to many parts of the world, like China, it has spread to China, it has spread to Afghanistan at that time. It was spread to Sri Lanka, it was spread to what you can say Japan and some part of Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand also. But did Buddha visited to Gandhara during his lifetime. So question is that which among the following kingdoms were associated with the life of the Buddha? So Gandhara is in Afghanistan, so we can eliminate Gandhara. Have you got it? So if you can eliminate Gandhara, now find out the answer. 1 second. हाँ मुनाफ बोल. हाँ. Hello. Sorry. Yeah, so here you can see that which of the following kingdoms are associated with the life of Buddha. Here it is mentioned that Gandhara. So if you know that Gautam Buddha could have, it is very impossible for Buddha to visit Gandhara during his lifetime. So wherever the option 2 is that, you can eliminate. So you can eliminate A, you can eliminate B. The option remains C and D. Now we will see what about 1, 3, 4. 1 is Avanti, then 3 is Koshala, and 4 Magadha. So all of you know Gautam Buddha was related to in Magadha. He must have there in the Magadha, because do you know where Gautam Buddha was born? Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Lumbini.
Lumbini.
Lumbini is near Bihar, and Magadha was in Bihar. All of you know this. At Bodh Gaya, where the Bodh Gaya is there? Magadha. So here you can see that 4 should be definitely there, right? So answer should be either, what we can say, answer should be either C or D. We can eliminate what? We can eliminate A or B. Answer should be either C or D. 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4. So questions remains about Avanti. Anyone knows where the Avanti is located in ancient India? Where the Avanti was the place? So what you need to know? So when you are studying the ancient Indian history, you need to know where the ancient Indian the names were located on the map of the history. That's what you need to know. Yes, Bhagisha.
Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh. So do you think Buddha must have visited Madhya Pradesh during his lifetime? Possibilities there or not?
Yes, sir.
हो सकती है. ठीक है. तो
Yes, sir.
what will you mark? You will mark 1, 3, 4 and 3 and 4. See, in these questions, you should not skip this question. Either you should mark C or you should mark D. But you have to take a call in exam whether I should go for C or either we should go for D. What will you mark here? 1, 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
3 and 4 will not Avanti. Check. Let's see the answer. Answer is D. That is 3 and 4. Okay, so he did not visited Avanti because it is in Madhya Pradesh. But you know, Koshala and Magadha was in the UP and Bihar, and that is why it can be, what you can say, the place where the Gautam Buddha has visited. Okay, going to the next question. Yes, medieval Indian question. The arrival of Babur into India led it to. So when Babur came to India, what it has led it to? First is introduction of the gunpowder in the subcontinent. Second, introduction of the arch and dome in the region's architecture. See what is here. See, although here you can see that the statement says that the introduction of the arch and dome in the region's architecture, it is not related to the Babur, but you need to know the history of the architecture in India. And if you know the history of the architecture in India, here you can see that in which period the arch and domes of was introduced in India. So anyone knows when the practice of building domes and practice of building arcs in India have been started? Is it started during the Mughal period, or it has been started even before that?
Before that, sir. I
One
don't know
before
exact,
that.
but
Ah.
yes, sir. It was before that.
Before that, during ancient time,
Yes, sir.
ancient means domes were building and during India in India during the Indus Valley civilization, Gupta period or post-Mauryan period.
Sir, I will
It
see.
was
I
during
don't
the
know.
Sultanate time.
Yes, Piyush. Piyush is right. So the arch and dome is a characteristics of the Turkish architecture. Turkish
Yes.
during the Sultanate period. So sultans were before Mughals or after Mughals?
Before.
Before Mughals. So
Before.
so introduction of arch and dome in the region's architecture is correct or wrong? This is wrong. Now what is
Wrong, sir.
so what is expected here is that in ancient and medieval you need to have a periodic understanding. Periodic understanding means what? In which period what has happened, what type of architectural style was there during the Turkish period, what type of the buildings were built during the medieval period, what type of buildings were built during the IBC, what type of buildings were built during the post-Mauryan period, what type of buildings were built during the British period and Mughal period. So you need to know the periodic understanding of the history. ये समझ में आ रहा है when I'm trying to say what is periodic understanding, which one was earlier and which one was later, that you need to know the chronology of the changes. I can see you don't need to remember the names of the kings or who were earlier, who were later. You need to remember the chronology of the development in the architecture, changes in the religion, like how the religion changed from IBC to Mughal period, how the status of women changed from IBC to Mughal period, how the temple architecture or not only temple architecture but how the architecture changed, architectural style changed from IBC to Mughal period, how the political administration changed from IBC to Mughal period, how the religious changes were took place from IBC to Mughal period. That what you are supposed to know. You need to study in this chronology. If you know that chronology, you can find out the answer. Like same here, that if you know the chronology that temples were built later on, you could have easily find out the answer of this question. And here also, if you know the chronology that the introduction of the arch and dome in India was before the Mughal came in India, so you can eliminate option 2 easily. So if you can eliminate option 2 easily, now here you can see that you can eliminate option A and you can eliminate option D. Now remaining option 3 and 1 and 3 only. Now we will check it out. What is third? Establishment of Timurid dynasty in the region. So do you know that Babur was an answer, what you can say, the Babur's ancestors were Timurlang and Genghis Khan. So answer statement 3 is also correct. So answer should be either 3 only or it should be 1 and 3 only. So anyone knows that Babur has also introduced what you can say the battle tank in India. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
So answer is 1 and 3 because introduction of the gunpowder. Obviously, the gunpowder is used in battle tank. Fine. But sometimes
Sir,
it is also
gunpowder.
being said, but it is
Sir,
also
I
being
think
said.
gunpowder was already in.
Subcontinent की बात है ना sir? Gunpowder was already there. First time used by Mongols.
Mongols
Yes, sir.
in Indian
Yes, sir.
subcontinent.
Gunpowder was already existing, but
So Mongols were using gunpowder. Mongols used guns while fighting war.
Yes, sir. Everywhere it's mentioned.
Well, but I think the introduction of the gunpowder in India was by the Portuguese, French, and British. So answer should be 3 only as per me. But go and check it out the official answer.
sir, artillery in its rudimentary form was already known. So Babur was not the introductor of that. So that's why
fine.
this statement is
But
wrong.
I feel like मेरा जो logic यहाँ पे कह रहा है कि gunpowder जो see here it's not only powder using that powder in gun. So who introduced gun in India? Now you can see Babur has introduced battle tank. That's true. But he used that powder. He used what you can say the powder in battle. But here the term is used gun. So for the first time in India, the guns were used by the French and British army in India. So in that logic, I can eliminate 1 also. Answer should be 3 only. You go and check it out the official answer key of UPSC for this is 2000 which year questions? 2015. Go and find out the official answer key of 2015 question. Right? But as per me, I think the one should also be wrong. Okay. Chale, going to the next question. Why am I discussing question? Because you need to know how the questions are framed. Now here you can check it out how the questions are. What you can say, like they might ask you a question: which of the following is introduced during which period? Like going to the next question. Yeah, this is again which of the following, who of the following founded a new city on the south bank of tributary to river Krishna and undertook the rule his new kingdom as the agent of deity to whom all the land south of river Krishna was supposed to belong? Option is Amhoguvarsha, then Ballala, then Harihara, and Patliputra. So now here you can say that UPSC continuously they are asking questions on Vijayanagar Empire. So you have to study in detail about the Vijayanagar Empire. There will be at least one question every year. In last 2-3 years, continuously the questions have been asked from the Vijayanagar Empire, from the ancient India. So the answer of this question is C, that is Harihara. Harihara was the one who has established a new kingdom in South India. Actually, this Vijayanagar Empire was created, or not, that kingdom was created as a reaction against the increasing influence of the Islamic rule in South India, especially during the Bahmani kingdom, which has been created after the decline of Sultanate. Sultanate ke decline ke baad in the middle part of India, that is in the Bidar, Gulbarga, then Golconda and Ahmednagar. So in this south central part of the India, there was a beginning of the Bahmani kingdom. So as the increasing influence of this Bahmani kingdom and the Islam in South India, there was a reactionary kingdom created by two important persons in India, that is called Harihara and Bo. So that is what you are supposed to know here. The answer for this question should be C, that is Harihara. So what you are supposed to do here is that you have to prepare in detail about the Vijayanagar Empire, because every year there is at least one question on the Vijayanagar Empire. Any doubts? Check it. So these were the 2015 questions. Now we will go for the 2016 questions. Now here we can see in medieval India, Banjaras during the medieval period of Indian history were generally. So who were there? Like now you need to know here that in UPSC they are asking the questions related to various professions which were carried by the Indians during the ancient as well as medieval. So here the question is related to Banjara. In 2018 and 19 the questions were related to Agrahara as well. So you need to what you need to study, that which are the types of professions in India who were Banjara. Actually this question was very easy, right? All of you heard about Banjaras. Kinko Banjara kaha jata hai? Anyone knows what is the meaning of Banjara? Yes, Saurabh, आपने एंशिएंट और मेडिवल इंडिया की अच्छी पढ़ाई की है, तो आपने सुना है बंजारा किसको कहा जाता है? Sorry?
Who wandering either and thither for searching of food and household something.
So they are wandering from here and there, like nomadic tribes. You know, Banjaras were the nomadic tribes. So these nomadic tribes were used by Alauddin Khilji for what you can say for the redistribution of the agricultural production. So we know that during the medieval period also there was a reason that in some part of the area, part of the country, there used to be high surplus production, and in some part of the country there used to be deficit production. So these Banjaras were used by Alauddin Khilji as a means of supply chain management. So that is why the question has been asked here, that Banjaras during the medieval period of Indian history were generally, they were the agriculturists, they were warriors, they were weavers, or they were traders. So what is the answer?
Traders.
Traders. समझ में आ गया why the answer trader is correct here? Now after going through these questions, what you need to know is that you need to study that what are the types of professions which were carried in India during the medieval as well as ancient time. समझ में आ रहा है गीतांजलि?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलिए going to the next question. Who of the following had first deciphered the edicts of Emperor Ashoka? Yes, this is again a factual question, so if you need to know about it, the answer for this question is James Prinsep. So many times in the class I have explained this, I have told this. So write it down. The edicts of Emperor Ashoka, that you need to study. The edicts, or the rock edicts of the Emperor Ashoka. Gautam Buddha, Ashoka and his Dhamma policy. Fine. Next topic. Questions have been asked about every year about the edicts of Emperor Ashoka? Then going to the next question. With reference to religious history of India, as I told you, changes in the religious questions have been asked. So with reference to religious history of India, consider the following statements. The concept of Bodhisattva is central to the Hinayana sect of Buddhism. So you need to know what are the features of Hinayana, what are the features of Mahayana. So can anybody tell me, if you have studied the Buddhism during Mauryan period, post-Mauryan period, actually there was a creation of the Hinayana and what you can say the Mahayana. So the concept of Bodhisattva, was it central to the Hinayana sect of Buddhism? What could be the likely mistake in this statement? Because it is a statement based question, right? Earlier they were direct questions here. So this statement में गलत क्या हो सकता है? What could be the likely mistake in this statement?
सर अगर हो सकता है तो हीनयाना या महायाना जानना चाह रहा है वो.
So do you know कि ये हीनयाना से है या महायाना से है?
Sir, I don't remember exactly, but Mahayana hai, if I remember.
हाँ. So that is what is expected here. कि you need to know that actually the concept of Bodhisattva was a central theme of Mahayana and not Hinayana. तो यहाँ पर समझ में आ रहा है where they are trying to catch you in trap. So here they are trying to catch you in trap that you, whether you know that whether it is a Hinayana or Mahayana. Second statement, Bodhisattva is a compassionate one on his way to enlightenment. So अगर हमने अभी जितने भी क्वेश्चन देखे हैं, चाहे वो इकोनॉमिक के हो या पॉलिटी के हो, हमने देखा था कि इस तरीके के जो स्टेटमेंट होते हैं वो सही होते हैं या गलत होते हैं. That Bodhisattva is a compassionate one on his way to enlightenment. So whether such type of statement could be correct or wrong? Yes, Gitanjali, what do you think?
सही है.
Gitanjali, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So what do you think? Such type of statement should be, like most of the statement which you have seen till now in statement with questions, the statement is correct or wrong?
Sir, I think it's correct.
Third statement, Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all sentient beings on their path. But anyways, you know, if you know about the first statement that it is not a part of Hinayana, it is a part of Mahayana, then you can eliminate one, you can eliminate D. Now answer should be either 2 and 3, only or 2 only. And we know that whenever such type of statements are there, where there cannot be a likely mistake in the statement, then you should consider both the statement as a correct and you should mark 2 and 3. Piyush, are you understanding this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2 and 3 is the answer.
Check. Question number 5. Satya Shodhak Samaj. Actually, it is a modern Indian question. We'll leave it. We will see. Okay. Question number 7. Now we can see that again one of the most important topic. Write it down. Every year there is a question related to Ajanta. Every year in the last 5 years, continuously the questions have been asked about Ajanta and Ellora. So here the questions have been asked about the Ajanta. So actually, what is or are common to two historical places known as Ajanta and Mahabalipuram? Now the question has been asked about what is common about these both. Now here it is mentioned that both were built in the same period. So what do you think? Is it possibility that both were built during the same period? So all of you know where the Mahabalipuram is located? Gitanjali, do you know where Mahabalipuram is located?
No, sir.
अच्छा, नाम से तो कुछ आइडिया होता होगा महाबलीपुरम.
So तमिलनाडु.
साउथ में कहीं तो है. और अजंता कहाँ है? Do you know where Ajanta is located? Maharashtra. ठीक है. So both were built during the same period. What do you think? Both Ajanta's caves and as well as the Mahabalipuram were built during the same period. What do you think? Should be correct or wrong? Or no idea? Yes, Gitanjali.
No idea, sir. Actually, I think it's correct, but not sure.
Not sure. ठीक है. Both belong to same religious denomination. दोनों जगह की जो बिल्डिंग्स है वो सेम रिलीजन से रिलेटेड हैं.
Wrong statement.
No,
Wrong.
sir.
Wrong. Yes, Naveen? Wrong. Why wrong?
Yes, sir, it is wrong.
Why?
In Ajanta, there were Jain or Buddhist monuments are there. In Mahabalipuram, there are temples.
Temples belongs to which religion? Hinduism.
Hinduism.
So yes, so second statement is wrong. Check. What about third? Both have rock cut monuments. See the beauty of asking the questions. Both belongs to, both have rock cut monuments. Here they confuse you. But anyways, you know that if you know that both belong to the same religious denomination is wrong. If you think so, you can eliminate A, and you can also, if you can eliminate A, now here you can see 3 only, or 1 and 3 only. None of the given statement is correct. So obviously we know that now here they have given C, that is 3 only. That is both have rock cut monuments, and that is correct, because in Mahabalipuram also the temples which are there, they are the temples built on the rock. So they have been carved out of the rock cuts, and that is why they are called as. So 3 should be the correct answer. Fine.
Sir,
So,
the answer is C, 1 and 3 only.
So both were built during the same period, and both have rock cut monuments. The second is wrong here.
Yes,
Gitanjali,
sir.
got it? Both belong to same religious denomination. It is wrong.
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ गया? ठीक है. Going to the next question. Yes. In the context of history of India, consider the following statement.
The first
first
statement भी तो wrong है sir.
Both were built in the same period.
Ashokan period, sir.
Which one? Mahabalipuram.
Both were. Yes, sir. Mahabalipuram is also there in major rock edicts.
No, rock edicts should be there, but monuments, rock cut monuments.
Rock cut.
If the temples are there, I think answer should be 3 only. Go and check it out the office.
Sir, one's period is 480 to 650 CE Ajanta caves, और दूसरे का 650 AD है, तो दोनों अलग-अलग हो गए.
होना चाहिए. हाँ, so answer should be 3 only. Yes. But still you go and confirm in the official answer. ठीक है? But anyways, यहाँ पे आपको क्या समझ में आया कि you need to study about the architectural history of India. Fine. ठीक है. Going to the next. In the context of history of India, 1 minute is left. So we'll see this last question.
Answer is only 3.